righty, the attendee list seems to have leveled off once again. I'm Ken Kibler, Director of Training and Client Business Support for eTruckBiz. I want to thank everybody for joining us today as we talk about some topics with the volume and some trends and productivity, as well as hit on some opportunities that we foresee out there for you. As always, if you have any questions, please put them in the chat or in the Q&A so we can get to those and discuss them as a group. And without further ado, I'll turn this over to Jeff Walczak.
All right, thank you, Ken. And as always, we need to remember to tell you that eTruckBiz is not sponsored, endorsed, or anything else by FedEx Corporation. And yes, the rumors are true. For those of you that are looking for an alternative to being forced to move to Ground Cloud, we have a better alternative for you. We have partnered with Motive, so you can get no upfront cost AI cameras, and with Impact Solutions to get no initial course fee for the train the trainer certification.
Qualification
certification training. That might be 3 weeks in a row. I blew that one, but oh well. Okay. Also, Becca has something else to tell us.
We'd like to make you an offer. We are now offering a free FedEx Service Provider Profitability Audit, which is your personalized roadmap to a more profitable business. Are you leaving money on the table? We're seeing service providers dealing with operating cost crisis, driver retention problems, intensifying compliance, and results pressure. If this is you, we have a solution to help you. We want to stop guessing and start growing. With the Service Provider Profitability Audit, we will give you a clear look at your business with a custom budget and expense plan and a tailored SWOT analysis, identifying the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats to your business. And here are some of the pain points that service providers are seeing right now. Are you dealing with financial stress and cash flow issues? Or what about escalating operating costs, wages as a % of revenue out of control? Are you feeling overloaded by administration and compliance tasks? We have opportunity to help solve these issues. We have the comprehensive financial modeling and budgeting, negotiation support and cost optimization, route engineering and optimization, and then we also offer done-for-you administrative services. We can help with this. We want to find your profit leaks. Our analysis goes beyond surface-level metrics to identify specific areas where your operation may be underperforming compared to industry benchmarks. Let's identify overlooked costs, optimize your fleet maintenance practices, boost driver retention, and uncover new opportunities. Now, here are those pain points again. And if you are dealing with the financial stress and cash flow issues, we have our Budget IQ program that would help you with this. That would also help with the escalating operating costs. Budget IQ program is perfect for this. Wages as a % of revenue out of control. That's Performance IQ and Budget IQ. And then also that administration and compliance overload, we offer Admin IQ. We have 3 different programs that focus on all of the needs, all of those pain points, and we can help you through this. If you're ready to take control of your business, please scan this QR code. You can schedule a meeting with me. You can email me, becca@eTruckBiz.com. Let's set something up. Let's go through your business and come up with a game plan to make you profitable.
All right. That was a really good job, Becca. Good job. You want to look at the volume. We always do every week. And oh, look at that. Pickup stops down under the trend line. That's a little bit of a surprise. And the pickup packages on the vans down a little bit too. Some people are saying that it's a lot, they're seeing a lot more volume in that, but that's what the numbers are showing us. And the delivery volume, both packages and stops off a little bit, but pretty darn steady if you look at this time right now versus this time last year. That's things are a little bit flat. And look at the routes dispatched, good, down, but stops per dispatch
below the Mendoza line. Let's try to push it really hard this week to get back over that 100 stops per dispatch. And as always, Mondays are your biggest opportunity. So how did you do yesterday?
All right. What did we do? What did we do? We here at eTruckBiz are no strangers at making predictions. We've predicted a lot of things in the past, have we not, Ken? We've predicted
You have indeed.
most all of those things, not all of them, but most of them come true. Well, it's time to make another prediction based on the following observations. You're going to see why. And it for sure, folks, this is a big deal. So let's take a look at what's going on here. The logistics and FedEx landscape is undergoing unprecedented change, presenting both challenges and really some profound opportunities. We're at a pivotal moment where some market conditions and FedEx policies are converging to create an opportunity that hasn't quite frankly been around for a long time. We think it could be very, very positive for service providers. At eTruckBiz, we believe that understanding these industry shifts is a crucial first step towards building a substantial future for your business. How did we get where we're at today? So before Network 2.0, we tried to be Paul Revere announcing significant operational changes were coming to the FedEx network. Oh, when we were saying that, what were people saying? Nah, what?
No way.
No way, no way. So we were out there, and then those of you, there's some of you on here that been to some of our things before. We were trying to tell you what was going to happen. So far during the transition, we've been painting a realistic picture of Network 2.0 challenges and how to address them. But don't forget, we telegraphed that something worthwhile would be on the other side for those who persevered through to the other side. I don't know if you remember, we were trying to tell everybody what was going on. We said, look, if you get through this, there's something very substantial for you on the other side. So those of you know that we have a pretty good track record of seeing into the future, and we think an opportunity is developing. The ingredients are coming together for service providers to build meaningful enterprises for those who elevate above the fray and seize the day. Pace of change in the logistics industry is accelerating, driven by the Network 2.0 initiative. This strategic evolution is creating a new environment where efficiency and scale are critical for success. We talk about that all the time. For many operators, this new pressure is a challenge, but for those with sound operational systems and processes, it presents a golden opportunity. Right now, weak links in the system are being eliminated through the market clearing process. That's a nice way of saying
You ain't coming back.
some folks are finding the door, right? This rare chance allows companies to acquire new CSAs and expand their footprint, sometimes not just the whole CSA, sometimes just pieces, often under very favorable terms. The network changes create both risks and rewards. Companies who want to need to be agile and capitalize on the expansion opportunities. But here's the deal. There's a confluence of favorable factors that are out there right now. We here at eTruckBiz have seen many different ebbs and flows in this business over the past, I don't know where this has gone, 35 years, right? We believe we are at a very special time where it's tough to see it for what it is unless you've been here before. We're in a truly special moment with several critical developments aligning to create a favorable strategic shift for your business. First, as Network 2.0 pushes out weaker operators, those with proven success may be assigned additional service areas at no cost. This is a great opportunity to expand your footprint and is unique in the transportation industry. Now, I say no cost. It's not that if you get given an area, it's going to cost you something for sure. You got training costs, you got truck costs, there's a bunch of different costs. But if you think back, what, 4 or 5 years ago or more, these things were being artificially inflated to the moon, right? But now it's a great opportunity. The opportunity is here as other folks leave, right? Also, FedEx is strategically reviewing and improving settlement charge structures, which could create a more favorable financial landscape going forward. We know it's hard to believe, but take it from Carrie, it's happening. And if Carrie can hear me, maybe
Yes,
she
sir.
can. Can you give us an example or two? Or maybe we've seen some favorable negotiations recently?
Yes, we have. Everybody in this space, I don't know, over the past several years have been discouraged with negotiations and the pushback that FedEx has been giving the contractors regarding their contracts. Well, I'm happy to say that I'd say at least in the past several months, maybe 5-6 months, if you want to stretch it, 2025 looks like a much better year for negotiating contracts and even renegotiating your current contract if that is what you are looking to do. And we have seen not only the ability to, I call it push the bottom line or increase gross revenue, but redistribute the money that FedEx is giving you into the different areas of the contract that benefits the contractor more so than FedEx. And as far as renegotiating a contract, you're allowed to do that at any time. You can push that renegotiation button in your My Ground Biz account. You don't have to be granted a renegotiation, but 9 times out of 10, you will be unless it's really close to renewing your contract. So I suggest if you are having difficulty making your current contract work and you have some valid reasons why it is not working for you, whether it be volume, increase, decrease, the way that the contract is structured, or if you haven't used me to help you negotiate your wonderful contract, you may want to renegotiate your current contract. So we can help you out with that, give you, if you're not familiar with the process, we can educate you on that. I do highly advise that everyone start writing down, preparing, gathering information for your, not only the RFI request for information, but for your unique characteristics for the financial data that FedEx is asking for. A lot of times contractors feel these items are not being looked at. I want you to prepare them anyway, because even if they weren't looked at prior to negotiation, you can get them, the negotiator or engineering, to halt the negotiation, go back, take a look at all the information you submitted, and you'd be very surprised at how many positive outcomes we have seen just by putting in a little work ahead of time. So I really suggest doing that, even though it is a negative thing among contractors, thinking that their requests aren't being looked at. And I think that FedEx is trying to build a better relationship with the negotiation process itself, as well as the relationship and the contract structures with the contractors, more favorable contracts and so forth. I do say there is positive results happening from the negotiating process this year, and hopefully to continue on. Thanks, Jeff.
Oh, thank you. Super cool. That's some really, really good news. And going back several years, I don't think you could have went out there and and said something like that, but things seem to be changing a little bit. That's good. So Ken, have you seen any examples of
Assignments of additional operations, yes. And these, some of them did coincide with a favorable contract. We came to an agreement on a very favorable contract, and less than a month later, and this was in Central Ohio, they were assigned additional operations, or basically additional zip code to the current CSA. And guess what? We're renegotiating again, correct, Carrie?
Yes, sir.
So, and on the heels of that, in the Atlanta area, same thing, where they once again had just completed a negotiation. Lo and behold, they are now expanding and getting additional zip codes. So these are happening out there. You do have to be a you have to be a successful contractor. You don't have to be the best. You have to be successful, and these opportunities are happening, and we're seeing them in our customer base right now. So, and then not only do you have to be good, then you have to be prepared. And I think that's probably where Jeff's going next.
Well, right. So that's some good news, folks. I mean, everybody likes to dwell on the negative, but very seriously, over the last several, especially here in the last few weeks, but the last few months here, Carrie says all the way back maybe to the beginning of the year, looks like things are starting to turn, folks. In addition to those, just negotiations in the additional area, looks like UPS troubles and disruptions, along with express volume integration, are driving more packages and revenue through the system, right? Creating more opportunity for profitability. You just have to just go Google UPS and find out what's happening to their volume. They're going the wrong way. We can say, well, our volume is either flat or maybe it's doing pretty good, but the guys in the brown trucks can't say the same thing. And it's a hell of a lot easier to manage growth than it is going backwards. Now, something else that looks like it may be coming around is the capital markets also seem to possibly be moving in a positive direction, with tight lending standards potentially loosening up to support business growth. So most folks know that interest rates are cyclical. They don't always stay the same. Seems like they do when you're in the middle of whatever, but rates are high now. What happens with high rates? At some point in time, they start going down. And as they do, that's when lending standards get loosened up, because lenders would rather lend to you at 6%, 7, 8% than 3%. So they're going to get all they can now. So the way to do that is to loosen up the standards. So that's something that's another factor that what we're trying to tell you here. And then the last thing is FedEx's embrace of multi-facility operators. It confirms that larger, more efficient businesses like yours are the future, the future of the network. They tried to have the mega contractors. That didn't go too well, and tried to cut back on that. That didn't go too well. So it seems like they want a sweet spot of, we could talk about a revenue for now, but somewhere in the $1.5 million to maybe 3.5 million per contractor per facility seems to be working out pretty good. So anyways, overall, this confluence of favorable factors make it a truly unique moment in time. And we're trying to tell you, we've seen stuff like this before. And yeah, it's early in this particular cycle here, but it seems to be that this is probably going to end. I know it's hard. I know everybody's going to sit there and they're going to think about all their problems and all the different things that are going on right now. But all of these different factors coming together make it look like the future is going to be in pretty good shape here if we can hang in there. So the question is, do you want to be just a single operator, or do you want to own an enterprise? That's the thing you might want to start thinking about, right? So, Mr. Ken, do you got any questions out there?
Let me see. It does not appear that we have any questions right now, but I just want to reiterate, there's opportunities that are going to be out there. Some are good, some are great, some are not so good. And we've had many customers look at free CSAs and say, thanks, but no thanks. And there's nothing wrong with that. But we've had many customers get these opportunities and say, thank you very much. May I have another? And then they move on and they continue to grow. The key also is, does your business currently have the infrastructure to expand? Not just the capital, but the infrastructure. Can you handle that additional payroll? Do you have a BC? Do you have somebody who can oversee those operations and be involved in those operations every day? I think that's one of the keys that we're seeing now is FedEx wants more involvement not just from the BCs, but they want the AOs actively involved as well. Because they, BCs can get the job done. They're great at running service, but the AO is going to be involved and not only allow for great service, but do it profitably, because no business can expand if there's no profit. That's where I'd like to emphasize that. And we'd love any questions on this. I think Jeff has hit the nail on the head that these opportunities are out there. FedEx is opening the purse strings a little bit on settlement. I'm never going to go, oh, this is the greatest contract ever. If I would say that, it was probably a mistake, and FedEx has 30 days to find that mistake after you accept their agreement. So, but there's some opportunities out there, and I'd encourage everybody, take a look at your operation, say, I think we're ready. Or if we're not ready, let's take some steps. Let's see where our budget is. Let's see where we can improve our operations and get there. So if we don't have any other questions, we will be back here next Tuesday, same time, and probably to expand on this topic a little bit further, take a look at that volume. As pickups dipped a little bit, but we're getting back to school, and colleges are starting, and guess what? All that lovely furniture is going to be moving into a dorm near you soon. So prepare for that. Other thing you got coming up right at the beginning of September is Labor Day. Take a look at your historical volume so you can start to plan for when you're going to be heavy, when you're going to be light, and planning for that historical volume will help you operate more efficiently so we can keep those stops per dispatch back over that 100 mark. So without that, we will move on. And if we don't talk to you before next Tuesday, please have a safe and profitable week. Thank you very much.